Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on how we can actually import 300 files or accurately 382 files into Power BI. So if you look in this particular file, for example, local hardware factory. So when I open this file, you will notice that we will have a template that shows us the profit and loss items such as the sales, cost of sales, gross profit, overheads, and also eventually the net profit. So in this particular file, we do have like region, country, city, and also the shop name. So if just say I open the other file, for example, I open this golf and cycle store. So when I open this particular file, you will notice that we will have the same items like the profit and loss items like the sales, cost of sales, and also the net profit, but the numbers are different and the location is different, like Germany and Stuttgart. So now what I want to do is I want to actually combine all these files and I want to actually put it into Power BI. So let's get started. So if just say you want to actually import a data to Power BI, normally what we'll do is we'll click import data from Excel if our particular data source is located in a Excel. But this case, our actually data source is located in folder. So I'm going to click more and I want to actually select folder. So if just say your data source in the form of PDF, we can actually import PDF. But all my 382 files are located in a folder. So I need to go to folder and press connect. So this case, we are not importing from an Excel file, we are importing from a folder. And I'll click browse and they will ask me which location. I save in my downloads and under downloads is budget. So I'm going to press OK. So once I press OK and I press OK, eventually you will notice that one big box will appear, and in this particular big box we have all the files. So if just say we have a same sheet name, same tab name, we can automatically click combine and load. But this case what I'll do is I'll go to transform data. So I'll go to transform data and what happens is it will go to Power Query Editor. So in this case now we have already have all these files. What I want to do is I want to extract the particular sheet, particular database. So I'll go to add column and I'll go to custom column. So custom column whereby I'll create a formula just to extract the particular information. So I click custom column. What I'll do is once I click custom column and I'll write here Excel.Workbook. So basically Excel.Workbook is a formula which captures the content of a particular sheet, particular file. So when I just press here, so what Excel.Workbook does is it will try to return the contents of the Excel.Workbook. So over here we have the content. So I'm going to press here content, insert, and I'm not able to press OK because I never have the close bracket. So I press close bracket, no syntax error, press OK. So once you press OK, now you'll notice that this table will be formed. I need to expand the table. So I'll just expand all this and I press OK. So now we will have the particular sheet name. And then what I need to do is I need to explain the source as well. So I click it over here and I just press OK. So once I press OK, so now we have all the information. We have January up to December. We also have the region and we have all this information over here. So if just say I scroll down, like for example over here, you notice that region, Europe, UK, London. So if just say I scroll down, we will have the second store also in London and so on. So now what I want to do is I need to perform data cleaning because I can't actually load this into Power BI because I'm not able to create a visual. So what I'll need to do is I need to remove the unnecessary table. Like this column is not necessary. Some of the columns are not necessary. What I'll do is I'll select this and I press delete. So it'll remove the columns. And this column also not necessary. So column number 5 you can just remove. And I also want to remove the last few columns. Like for example, total I don't need because if just say January to December itself, we can get the total. So in this case, we don't need it. So this column not needed. And this column also not needed. So if you notice over here, what I'm doing is I'm removing one by one. But if just say you want to remove in a one go, you can actually click choose column and you can unselect the columns that you don't want. But reason why I did one by one because I want to make sure that I want to remove the columns that are not needed. Okay, so now back to topic. What we have is we have this table over here. So if you see over here we have sales and then here we have null. Here we have cost of sales and then here we have null. Same thing, overheads and then null. So what I want to do is I want to capture the group items. So in order to capture the group item, I'll go to add column and click conditional column. So conditional column is like the if then else. So I go to conditional column and this is column number 3. So I put here column number 3 equals, what is equal to, okay, so column number 3 is basically equals to sales, but instead of column number 3 I better choose column number 4. So column number 4. Okay, so whenever, if you notice here in column number 4, whenever there is sales, it is null. Whenever there is a cost of sale, there is null. So whenever there is null, I want to actually capture the group items. So I'll just select, instead of ABC 1 2 3, select a column, select column number, this is column number 3. So select column number 3, and then I press null. And I press OK. So right now you'll notice that here we have this particular information like sales, total sales, cost of sales, and so on. And then I also want to capture the region, country, city, and shop name. So what I'll do is conditional column again. So this is column number 15. So column number 15. So if column number 15 is equivalent to the word called region, I'm going to select here region, and then what I'll do is I'll just select here ABC 1 2 3 to select a column. If it has the word region, it must capture the Europe. So Europe is in column number 16. So I'll do column number 16. Otherwise, it is null. And I press OK. So here we have the region. I'll do the same thing. If just say this column 15 has country, it should capture the particular country. So conditional column, this is column number 15. So column number 15. And then equivalent to here is country. So I put here country. And then I'll just here select a column. So this one is column number 16. So I go here column number 16. Otherwise it is null. Okay, so here you have Europe, United Kingdom. The same thing I want to capture here the city. So I'll use conditional column again. So conditional column number 15 equals to the word here city. And instead of ABC 1 2 3, I select a column, and it should actually capture column number 16 because the city is actually located in column number 16. Otherwise it is null. Null is actually 0 in Germany. So null means it refers to blank space, blank or 0 or no data actually. Okay, so you have Europe, United Kingdom, London. So I want to capture the other details like the shop name as well. So this is shop. So conditional column again. And I select here. So I'll just go to column 15 equivalent to shop. And here select a column number 16 because the shop name is located over here, column number 16, and null. So null normally is a blank space or blank cell, but null in Germany language is called 0. So I'll just press here OK, and then there you go. So now what I'll do is I'll select all these columns, right click, and I want to fill down. So I press here fill and fill down. You can only fill down when there is null, and this column I'll just put it at the end. Okay, so what I'll do is I want to bring all these columns to the front. So I'll select all these columns and right click, move to the beginning. Okay, so right now we have all the information like here is region, country, city, shop, and also the group items. So here what I want to do is I want to actually remove the rows. So the remove the row means you go to home, you remove the row. So I want to remove the first 7 row. So top row, and I want to remove number 7, and I press OK. So we have already removed the rows, and I want to promote the January, February, March. If you notice, it is located in the first row. So I want to promote all these as the header. So you can use first row as header to promote as the first row as the header. So right now you'll notice here will have October, and then here will have December, and so on. Then what I'll do is I also want to filter properly because I don't want the word sales, I don't want the word here null, and so on. But only thing is I want to capture the total overhead, I want to capture the net profit, and also the gross profit. So in this case what I'll do is I'll select this, unselect all, unselect null, unselect cost of sales, gross profit I want. I will select the net profit because I want this. Overhead 1, 2, 3 I don't want. Sales also I don't want. Shop I don't want. Total overhead I want, but cost of sales and total sales I don't want. Okay, so like this, and I press OK. So once I press OK, so now you'll have the data. And what I'll do is I'll try to unpivot January up to December. Okay, I'll try to unpivot this, and then I'll go to transform and unpivot column. So automatically you'll notice here we'll have the months. So this one I'll just change the formatting first. So this one will become whole number. So this is the value. This one I'll put here months. Okay, account code, shop. Okay, this one I'll just put here the subgroup items. This one is basically the group items like sales, COS, Okay, and here I'll put here the region. This is country. Okay, so let me just double click and I'll put here country. And last one is city. So if just say you want to split this, you can also split this. You go to split column, delimiter, because I want a particular column for the cost center or the shop number, and one more thing is for the shop name. So instead of the delimiter becoming a space, I put here custom, I put here dash, and I press OK. So it is separated. So here is the shop name, and this is the shop number, shop name. Alright, so there you go. So now we have this database, all this information. So I can go to home and close and apply. So once I press close and apply, eventually the information will be loaded to Power BI desktop, and they will try to calculate the size, how many rows are included in this particular information. So they will extract the size, and also at the end they will show that there are more than 100,000 rows being loaded to this Power BI desktop. So from here I can actually click a particular information. So basically, if just say I want to know the cities, so I click it over here. I just tick the city and I tick the value. So we will get that information that this is the cities and value. But however, this will not reflect the accurate information because our value is actually everything. So I need to go to the group items. I put the group items over here, and instead of selecting all, what I need to do is I unselect all and I select net profit. So we'll get to know that net profit, what we can understand is Athens, London has the highest net profit. And if just say you want to put the data label, you can just put a data label over here. You want to put inside also can. So data label, and inside of auto, you can put it as inside, and so we have it over here. And normally if just say I want to present to my manager, I don't want to show the entire cities. Maybe I want to show the top 10 cities. So instead of cities all, I click it over here, and what I'll do is instead of basic filtering, I go here top end, and I put here top 10. And top 10, I cannot press apply filter because I need to drag this value over here, put it over here. So I drag and put it over here, apply filter. So now you have about top 10 data. So this is top 10 data. And then after that, you want to have a slicer, so can. So I'll put here a slicer. So just say a slicer, I want to know based on region. And maybe instead of vertical list, I can go here, slicer settings, and I put it into a tiles format. So I put it to tiles, and then there you go. So here we have in a tiles format. Okay, so here you go. So if just say okay, so I put here Americas, so show me Americas. I put here Africa, Asia, and Europe. And then also you can also choose to make a performance from January to December. So I'll just put here copy and paste. So in this case, I'll just remove the city because I don't want the city. I'll just put it out. Okay, so I'll unselect the city. Okay, this one, so I'll just remove. So now we don't have city. What we can actually do is we can actually show the performance to January up to December. So I'll just tick the months. And normally for months, I prefer to use clustered column chart so that you can see the months over here. But however, if you look in this case properly, it is not sorted properly. So you need to click the more options. You click it over here. You need to sort axis. So you need to sort by months. At the same time, you also need to sort over here. Instead of months, you must put in ascending. So, but if you notice carefully, we never sort the months in a proper order because what happened is in Excel, they are able to recognize that JAN is January, FEB means February. However, in Power BI, it's not able to determine that this is actually in a months format or date format. So when you actually sort in an ascending order, it will sort April at the first. So in this case, what you can do is you can create a dummy table, or you can also create a dummy Power Query as well. So for example, you can go to this Power Transform Data. So what I can actually do is I can actually create a dummy table. So what happen is I press here right click, I press duplicate. Okay, so I only want to capture the months only. So this is the month. So what I'll do is I'll just go to choose column. Okay, I don't want other columns. I only want the months only. So I unselect all and select months, and then I press OK. So now you have these months. Okay, January up to December. And then what happened is I want to duplicate. So remove rows, remove duplicates. So right now we will have the months, like for example January up to December. Okay, so when I click it over here, you will notice that eventually it will remove the duplicates and make the unique items. So when it make the unique items, so you have here January up to December, but unfortunately here they recognize it as a text. So what we need to do is we go to add column and I click here index from 1. So now we have like the number from 1 up to 12. So when we have 1 to 12, so eventually later we can sort the number from January to December. So I go to home and I press close and apply. So once I press close and apply, so eventually you will notice that we will have another query over here, another table over here. So what I'll do next is I need to actually sort the data from January to December, because what happened is, if just say I go here and I click the second query, the second table, it is actually having this data, but instead of sorting in an alphabetical order, I want to sort it into an index order. So when you sort in the index order, so it will recognize that this is January, this is December, and you will notice that here we have formed a relationship between these two database. I go to report view, I unselect these months and I select these months over here. So now you will notice now we have a proper reading from January up to December. So if just say I clear or clear selection, so you will notice over here we will have the proper reading as well. So this is actually how we can actually produce a Power BI report from 382 files into one dashboard.